Hi guys! In my previous Disperse video, I gave you an overview of the plugin, including how to add, paint, and export geometry. Go check this out before continuing. For this video, I want to show you how easy it is to work with Disperse. I'll make a small scene, building it up with multiple Disperse setups to allow me to control each one independently. I'll also use the third-party software PlantFactory to add plants. It's free and offers extensive customization tools and one-click animation settings similar to Speedtree. Right, let's get started. I've set up the 3ds Max scene with me as static geometry poses, a ground mesh that includes some hills. The lighting is set up using our Illumi plugin. Okay, I'll add my first Disperse and rename this Disperse Ruby. Then I'll add each of the static poses. In Painter, I'll select the standing poses and use the multi-brush. I'll change the collision distance. And paint in the viewport. You'll notice that these standing poses are perpendicular to the hill mesh, which we don't want. In Distributed Objects Rollup, click on each standing object and adjust the normal setting from 100% perpendicular to 0. You see now the objects all stand vertically. Next, I'll select the sitting poses and paint in the viewport. It's difficult to see how this is looking in pyramid mode, so I'll switch to original to show the full mesh. And in Distributed Objects, I'll tick Random Transforms, adjusting the Z maximum to 360 degrees. I'll click Seed to recalculate the transforms to something I like. I like this one. Now I'll take a look at the composition by doing a quick render. Some of the poses are floating a little. I'll fix that now by adding another Disperse. And naming it Disperse Ground. From the top menu, I'll open the PlantFactory plugin and load plant. I'll select a ground cover, low detail model, and move it close to my Disperse icon to keep the scene tidy. I'll repeat that process, this time selecting a taller meadow flower. As before, I'll add these to Disperse, click Random Transforms, set the Z rotation, and adjust the scale min and max settings. In Painter, I'll select Multi-Brush. I want fewer taller flowers, so I'll change their object paint percentage to 30. I'll decrease the collision distance and paint in the scene. I'll add more to the foreground and make them more dense by adjusting the collision. At this stage, I'll do another test render. Or you could turn on interactive rendering if your renderer supports that. Ah, nice. I have a field of wildflowers. But I think I need some trees. I'll create another Disperse setup and name this one Disperse Trees. Then open up PlantFactory and scroll through the trees to find something appropriate. I think I'll go for this weeping willow. I'll select a smaller option, but please note, you can also update this later on. As before, I'll move it, then add it to Disperse. I'll adjust the normal rotation to 0 and select All Objects Random Transforms. Add some scale variation and set the Z rotation. In Painter, using a single brush, adjust the collision and angle snap to 0. Then paint in the trees in the background. I'll do another test render to check. Damn it! I can see the tree pivot point wasn't in the correct spot. So I need to adjust that. On the original model, I'll move the pivot up so the roots are in the ground. Then, I'll reselect Disperse, and in the Display Rollup, click the Update All button to refresh. If I now re-render, you can see the trees are grounded correctly. I could stop here, but as I'm experimenting, I'll create another Disperse to show you how to use color and texture variation. And name it. To keep things simple, I'll open PlantFactory and select some mushrooms. I'll choose 3 models and import. This time, I want to convert these to Edit Mesh rather than Live Link to PlantFactory. From the top PlantFactory menu, click Convert to 3ds Max Object. Choose the location to export into. If you want to add auto animation, click the checkbox. Here's an extreme example of the wind animation on the tree. They've imported. I'll move them over. I'll add these to Disperse. And add random transforms. Including X and Y rotation. Then, using a multi-paint brush, I'll paint the shrooms in the foreground. You can see in the camera viewport they're quite large. So I'll adjust the Z max scale, bringing them down in size. I'll do a test render to check it. You can see the shrooms all have a uniform texture color. To add variation, tick Use Color Shift and adjust the hue and saturation settings. I'll do another test render. It's a bit dull. So I'll increase the saturation and re-render. I'm nearing the end. Looking at the image, I think I'll adjust the trees quickly. Maybe change season to match the shrooms. To do this, I select the tree and open PlantFactory and click Edit Plant. In the UI beside Season, use the slider to adjust the model. I'll change it to Winter. Disperse will automatically update, as you can see in the render. That's it. I hope this was inspiring and demonstrates how easy Disperse is to work with. I used PlantFactory in this demo, but I also could have used proxies, such as plants from Chaos Cosmos. In my next video, I'll discuss ProcSci, our universal proxy and password protection plugin. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.